try Mark. He's in Southampton. Sweet.
Hello, Mark speaking.
Hi, Mark. It's Keelan. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Tim. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. It was just a quick call, Mark. Obviously, we got your inquiry the other day through one of our Facebook ads. Believe you're looking at some solar and battery options right now. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a bell.
We are, yeah.
Cool.
Very interested.
Very interested.
I've had someone come round the other day,
Mhm.
this week, and I've had another inquiry, another quote from someone that's just literally not even looked at the house, didn't send anything to me, just sent a quote.
Okay.
I don't know too much about it, but I've become more aware, a little bit more aware that over the coming days that there's more to it than just having panels on your roof, because some of them won't work all the time if they're not in the shade or in the shade, and the inverters and things do different things. Batteries are different. So I'm still learning.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And look, it's good that you're doing that, because at the end of the day, whatever you do, it's going to be probably, one of the largest investments that you've made in your life, right? So it's very important to make sure that you're getting all the questions answered that you need answering. And it will probably help us out on our call now, so I can kind of see what people are talking to you about, what they're suggesting you should get, and basically see if there's any discrepancies in what I suggest that maybe you should go for. So the way I like to start these calls is understand a little bit about where you are, what you want to know, and what your sort of goal outcome is really.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of fuel independence. That's not saving money. Obviously, is a good thing. Fuel independence, being a bit greener is excellent. I've got a plug-in hybrid, so at the moment I'm running it for free to work.
EV tariff.
So that's quite cool.
Cool.
Well, running for free, running on electric, which is much cheaper than petrol.
That will be the heart of this pitch when we're talking about savings,
cool.
especially.
That's one of the things we're looking at. What are the other issues we've got? So we've got a new build. It's 10 years old exactly this year.
Okay.
It's got a slate roof, which apparently is an issue for some fitters.
Okay, fine. And in terms of your... Oh, sorry, carry on.
Got an east-westerly facing garden, so the front's east. So we've got sun in the morning and all afternoon and evening sun's on the back.
Okay, lovely stuff. What's your house number? Cool, lovely stuff. I've got the right one. Okay, fine. So I think the best place to start is by understanding essentially what you could save through battery storage and the different options that are available to you. These sorts of conversations, I really like to highlight what solar and battery is, which is it's an investment, and it is, it's designed to save you on your energy bills, don't get me wrong, but they can become part-time income generating sort of mechanisms. So the way that we can work this out, and I can portray just how much you can save, is by understanding what your energy consumption is currently. So do you know roughly what your annual energy usage is in kilowatt hours off the top of your head?
Kilowatt hours I don't. I know we spend about £1,200 a year, and I know it's 21.4 pence, I believe. I think I know. I can double check that. Cool.
So 21p unit rate.
Just let me turn you up a bit louder and let me go onto my account. Where's my account?
You're using, if you're spending 21p and your bill...
I'm just going to double check that. 21.89.
Cool. 21.89p.
And it's about £1,200 a year.
Okay.
Electric.
Fine. So if we take £1,200 and we divide that by 0.21, that gives us what your annual energy or electricity consumption is, which is 5,714 kilowatt hours. So we then divide that by 365 days in a year, which gives us 15.65 kilowatt hours, which is your daily usage. And then I would times that number on average, I'd times that number by 0.21p again, which gives us the daily running cost of your house, which is £3.28. So what I would do here is I would install, let's say, 15 kilowatt hours of battery storage, or if we just round up to be generous, say 16 kilowatt hours, and we've got one left over to use, and we can export that, and that would give you two 8 kilowatt hour SIG energy batteries would be the product I'd go for. But the interesting part is, and what this really boils down to, is what you can do with battery storage. So let's say you're using 15 kilowatt hours, or 16 in this case, per day.
Yeah.
We can force charge the batteries overnight via the grid, and we can benefit from the off-peak rate.
That's a good option, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got that option already to top my car up, and with Octopus, and without doing anything, I was thinking changing the top the grid up option, because my car's got a battery in it as well.
Yeah, so you what tariff are you on? Are you on an EV tariff then, like Octopus Intelligent Flux or something?
I was thinking of going on something like that, because it's 7 pence a unit at night.
Yes, exactly that. So that's what I would 100% recommend that we do, is we fill your batteries up for 7p rather than 21p is what you're paying currently. So if we take 16 kilowatt hours and we times that by 7p, it's going to cost you every single day, essentially now, £1.12 to run your house compared to what it was before, which is £3.28. So you have an immediate daily saving of £2.16, which over the course of the year works out to £788.40p. So you're immediately saving 788 quid per year just by buying your energy overnight via.
So in 10 years, that's 7,800 quid.
Yeah, and that is literally just through battery storage. Now, let's take solar PV into equation. From the people you've spoken to, how many panels have they said that they could quite comfortably get on your roof?
So one said 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he was quite cheap. He was the cheapest quote.
Okay.
But apparently, I've let someone else have a look at it, and the quote was putting into fact that if part of the system was in darkness, the whole system was, because it didn't have something on there that made each individual panel work.
Optimizers.
Does that make sense to you? Optimizers, yeah.
Yep.
So I can't remember how many panels he put. It was a lot. 14 panels, maybe?
Okay, fine.
And the next quote I had was a better solar panel, which generated more watts or more energy. And that's 10, and that's purely on the sunny side of the house.
Fine. Okay. So by the sounds of things, off the top of my head, you're probably looking at ETOTO 5-10 watt panels if you're getting less, but they're producing a bigger wattage. They're very popular in the market right now. So let's take 14 as an example, and we'll go with the ETOTO 470s just for this scenario. Obviously, I need to.
Front and back, that would be.
Exactly. Cool. So let's say we've got 14 ETOTO 470 watt panels. So we're going to take 470 watts, times that by 14, which gives us a 6.58 kilowatt peak system. So every single day, on average, especially in the summer, there are 4.5 peak sun hours per day, which means for every peak sun hour, that's how much your PV array is going to generate. So 6.58 kilowatt peak times 4.5. So if we take 6.58 times 4.5, we have 29.61 kilowatt hours, which you don't even need to use because you're already using your battery storage, the cheap energy we bought overnight. So we're going to take all of this PV and we're going to sell this. Exactly. So with the tariff that I think we were talking about earlier, the 7p night rate, I think you can get like a 16p smart export guarantee rate. I've even seen with the Octopus Flux tariff, sometimes their export rate is 30p. But look, let's be conservative and let's take the average right now across the board.
Makes sense to me too.
Yeah, so we'll take 29.61 kilowatt hours per day, which we are going to sell for 16p back to the grid or back to Octopus, which is going to earn you £4.73 per day.
Which is almost double what I spent use a day.
Exactly, and this is pure revenue, which over the course of the year is going to earn you £1,729. So when we look at the PV now, and then we look at so we've looked at the PV revenue generation, we're looking at the battery savings of, what was that, £788 per year. So your net benefit per year from exporting all of your solar, if we're looking at 14 panels, and filling up your batteries overnight with your 16 kilowatt hour batteries, you're looking at a net benefit per year of £2,517.62p. So on that setup, for example, obviously it could be a little bit different subject to survey, but if you've had someone to come out and look at it and they're saying 14 panels and we can do a design and we can get 14 panels on there, then let's just use that for argument's sake. Now, I'll give you an idea of how much we charge per kilowatt installed and how much we charge per 8 kilowatt hour SIG Energy battery stack. So per kilowatt, we charge £1,150. So your solar PV with us will be 1,150 times 6.58 kilowatts, which is £7,567. And then for your 8 kilowatt SIG Energy batteries, we charge £2,500 per battery. So we're doing 2 of them, so that's £5,000. So that would bring your quote on that setup to £12,567 for 14 ACO 470 panels. We would likely go just to be on the safe side. We could go for an 8 kilowatt inverter, but let's just stick with 6 because that's actually perfect for that setup. And then the 8 kilowatt hour SIG Energy batteries. So the quote is 12,567. We'll divide that by your annual benefit between your payback and your savings from the batteries.
£2 grand a year,
yeah. So then we work out that your payback on that system will be 4.99 years. And then everything from there forwards is just pure profit or pure savings. You've paid off your system.
Pure savings, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's essentially the ballpark price that we'd be able to offer a system of that spec. Yeah, I mean, do you have any questions and what are your thoughts on everything that we've spoken about so far?
You've explained it really well, better than anyone else. I've always explained every time I speak to someone else, they explain it better than the previous person. The things about selling things back to the grid, to be fair, the previous guy didn't even look into that. He just said you should change your tariff to this one or this one if you're with Octopus. We didn't know have the mathematics on that, which you kindly do.
I think it's the best way to break these down. Like these are the biggest investments you could make.
That's how my brain's kind of working. Initially, I thought it was going to take about 5 years to pay it back, and other systems are looking like 7.
What sort of other specs have you been sort of quoted? What are other people saying? What sort of prices are they offering? If you don't mind sharing.
So I've got one for just over 8,000, 14 panels. I've got one that's front and back. I've got another one for 10,250, which are 470 panels. Is that right? Or 490? I'm not quite sure.
470, most likely.
470, yeah. And that's with all Fox stuff.
For Fox?
All Fox stuff. It's 5 kilowatt batteries and the inverter system that would run all my other bits as well if I future-proof it and want hot water and things like that. And plus a birding system on the roof. And because I've got a slate roof, they put a different frame on, which was going to cost extra to protect the slate roof.
Okay, fine. No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, obviously we're coming in probably at the higher end of what other people have quoted you, but
you are the highest end, yeah.
No, I mean, there's a few reasons for that, and I'm not going to sit here and go it's because we're the biggest and the best. That is one of the reasons. We are we have a we install about 100 systems per month. There's a bit of a point scoring system with SIG Energy, which allows us to also give away free products and enter customers into giveaways, and it just gives us better account management and better pricing with them too as well. So if we need help, we get it straight away compared to a lot of other installers and our competitors. Not only that, in terms of the way that we price per kilowatt installed and the batteries as well, that covers all of our costs no matter what project we're looking at. So when we're looking at different...
what batteries were you offering? It was 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 2 8 kWh SIG energy batteries, because 16 kilowatt hours.
Yeah, which is 16 kilowatts in total.
Yeah, it covers your daily usage, and gives us an extra kilowatt hour to export. So even taking that into account, which I didn't before, you're going to earn an extra maybe £100 a year sort of thing just from that extra kilowatt hour that you wouldn't be using. But also SIG Energy, so they've got native AI integrations and also an integration with ChatGPT. So the app is next level. You can actually talk to your system. So for example, in the summer, when sunrise is 4:47 a.m., you could tell your system to prioritize exporting back to the grid, whilst also taking one of the SIG Energy batteries and using that one to prioritize filling itself up with the PV that's generated. Because obviously PV generates, in comparison to, let's say, a unit rate, or to give it a price per unit rate, it's about 4p. So then you can start filling that battery up at 4:47 in the morning as soon as your system starts generating, cut off, buying from the grid. So then you're saving a further 3p per kilowatt, that your battery fills up and your system's generating for you. So yeah, I mean, it's next level kit, and between you and I, it makes our life easier. We don't have any issues with it. Really, really easy to install, like plug and play, next level sort of stuff. The fact that the app does pretty much, our sort of customer service and technical sort of help for us, because it's the customers can talk to it and the system can optimize itself.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. So it makes it really easy to use.
Yeah.
Right, this is where I am then. So I buy things for a living. I like figures. I like costing. So I've got a financy brain.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get some sort of figures out to me on that? And that would be perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. And from everything we've discussed, does the price sound okay? Does the system spec sound okay? Obviously, you're going to have another chance to go through it when you see it in front of you.
So the battery is 16 kilowatts, and I'm very aware that, 16 kilowatts, that's the battery size, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's two 8 kilowatt hour batteries.
Most people are offering way more, which looks really much more exciting as well, because that gives the ability to be self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm. And they're stackable and modular. So let's say after you get an install done,
I wanted another one.
Exactly. We come in and basically just clip another one on top. I'll give you, if you want, I'm going to send an email. I'll give you, because they stack up to 48 kilowatt hours. So I'll give you, a 24 kilowatt hour version, a 32 kilowatt hour version, a 40 and a 48. So then you can assess the ROI on every single system. But as I said,
so my cheapest quote wasn't stackable. I'm stuck with a 5.2. So I'm very aware of that. That's definitely a no anyway. So the cheapest quote's no.
Is that Fox?
I don't even know if it's Fox. Part of it was Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm not sure. It wasn't a stackable battery system. So I'm stuck with it.
Oh, okay.
Or replace it completely, which, as you know, is an expensive thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get rid of a battery you don't need is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You might as well get the one you want right first time, like, because they are expensive. Okay.
So yeah, so far you're the most expensive, but the cheapest one's already been ruled out.
Mm-hmm. What's the most important thing to you?
8,000 quid. Being green, self-sufficient, if I could generate income, my God, that's my thing. Why just left the TV so loud and wandered off? Being self-sufficient is a nice option. I'm also thinking, wow, I don't know if you've noticed it, but it's fucking hot where I am.
I'm literally sticking to my chair right now, and I feel like I need to change my clothes every hour. It's uncomfortable.
So I've got aircon in my bedroom, so it's one of those portable ones, so we sleep well. But my next project would be aircon.
Oh, mate, 100%.
Send me the quote over.
Yes, I'll send everything over, everything we've spoken about, and I'll include some other options there too. I am diehard SIG Energy because they're so good to us, and the kit is, well, it's so good to us as well in terms of like no problems, easy to commission, very cost effective. So I will only be putting forward some SIG options for you. If you have any questions or need anything on that front and you want to look at other products, then do let me know. But I don't think you need to look any further than SIG. You sound like the sort of guy that knows what you want, and when you see a good opportunity, you're going to take it. So I just want to know what your sort of time frame is as to when you're looking to get an install, and if you're familiar with what the next steps are in the process.
All right, so we're in the position to go straight away. Wife wants a new kitchen. That's the only hindrance.
Okay, that's all good.
Now she's only 10 years old. She wants a new kitchen, but there you go.
Well,
you know what it's like.
If these developers could get it right first time, there would be no need for that. But I totally get it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the people that bought the house changed the kitchen. So it's not even 10 years old. So it's newer than that. It's 4 years old.
Okay. And when's that project teed up for?
Never, if I get my idea, my way with it. But yeah. Let's not go into that.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Anyway, thank you very much. Please, so yeah, we're in a position to move. If that's what we decide to do, we can move straight away.
Cool. Okay, fine. Well, let me put everything in writing to you.
We don't need finance.
Cool. No, that's all good. I'll put everything in writing and including the next step. So let's say you're happy with any of the options that I send through to you. What we do next is we essentially get you to sign your letter of authority, which allows us to go and apply to the DNO on your behalf.
I know, yeah.
Cool, lovely stuff.
I'm employed by working purchasing. Yeah.
Cool, nice one. And then obviously when that comes back, we're good to rock and roll. In terms of when the payments sort of work, 25% deposit on you accepting your quote. And then what we'll do is once we've applied to the grid and we hear back, when we can confirm an install date and that's booked, that's when we take the next 50% of payment, and then the remaining 25% balance is settled.
So hang, you take 25% before you've got authority from the grid?
No, so 25% when you accept our quote essentially, and then that's when we apply to the grids. And their sort of wait time right now is between sort of 2 and 8 weeks. It really does depend. We're seeing down in Southampton on average about 4 weeks. But they're not going to come back and say.
I give you £3,000.
Mm-hmm.
There's no letter of credit here. How do I protect myself?
So place your deposit by credit card. Yes, exactly that. Yeah. Pay by credit cards, and then if there's any cock ups, and let's say the grid for whatever reason just decides, fuck Mark, he's not getting an install, then it is what it is, and you can obviously get a refund, and we'll just have to revisit this when the grid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty simple. You're protected under Section 75. So 25% deposit on quote acceptance, 50% when we agree an install date, and then the remaining 25% once we've commissioned, installed, and handed over your system to you. And then if you ever want to earn any more money going forward, and you're still, and you like what we've done, you like the install, then we do obviously have a referral incentive. We'll give you £250 cash if you go and get the entire estate, on board, sort of thing. And you can turn that into a part-time. Oh, no, like per house, obviously.
There's about 800 houses here.
800 houses,
I know, yeah.
That wouldn't be too bad.
There's quite a lot.
There you go, it's 200 grand in commission for you there, if you have some spare time.
It would be nice, yeah.
Cool, but otherwise...
Well, I'm going to have to thank you very much. If you can email that all over, you've got the email address, haven't you?
Yes, I'll send everything over to you shortly, that's all good.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you for your time.
Mark, likewise,
all
appreciate
right.
your time.
All right.
Cheers, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Cool. That was very fucking simple. And if I can do it, then people with far more years of experience installing and selling solar than can do it. I have only learned what I've learned here on that call, picking it up over the last 2 years, talking to clients, understanding where they're going wrong and where they're going right in their sales processes. I feel like I could sell solar pretty well. So we'll keep you updated as to whether or not I actually close this guy, but otherwise, you heard everything he gave me, information on other quotes, his energy usage, how much he's paying per unit rate. He's absolutely creaming over the sound of the system that we could build for him. So yeah, I don't think it needs to be much more complicated than that. Explained everything, and we'll see what happens. So if you learned any value or you heard anything which you think could benefit you in your next sales call when you're selling leads, then feel free to let us know, and drop a like on this video, drop a comment, give us some feedback, follow the page, there's more to come. Appreciate your time and have a good one.